Good afternoon, everybody. We are consultants from McKinsey & Company and are here to analyze Taobao's market situation and recommend some strategies in order to monetize Taobao. Okay, so the biggest challenge for Taobao at this point in time is the fact that the current business model is not generating enough revenue or is generating little revenue. So regardless of this challenge, there is some positive impact in the market and on Taobao for this. Taobao has managed to displace eBay out of the Chinese e-commerce market and has also generated an GMV of RMB 43 billion and made Taobao the second largest retailer in China. However, the negative impact of this is that Taobao has introduced the Zhao Kai Chen Bao service in order to monetize its business operations. However, we believe that there is no significant benefit from this service, as Chinese consumers are most likely to scroll and evaluate every alternative before making a purchase decision, and will not only look at the displayed advertised products through bids that that sellers make. And Taobao will eventually have to look for alternatives in order to generate revenue, and these alternatives will have to be in line with the company's philosophy as well as the buyers and sellers' best interests. So we've also conducted a market analysis for Taobao. The industry that Taobao is currently operating in is the infant e-commerce industry of China, where buyers are conscious of scams and are not that familiar with online trading, and sellers require high incentives to sell their products online. Our competitor, Taobao's competitor, Pai is the local e-commerce is also operating in the local e-commerce industry of China, and it owns China's dominating instant messaging service known as QQ, which had 170 million active accounts upon its launch. It also offers some services for free. However, Taobao does hold competitive advantages that helps Taobao differentiate from other players in the market. And the first obvious competitive advantage that Taobao has is that it has commission-free online purchasing platforms for buyers and sellers. Taobao also has the Alipay, which is Alibaba Group's very own payment service that gives the consumer a sense of financial security upon any online purchase. The third competitive advantage for Taobao is the fact that Taobao is catering directly to Chinese consumer tastes, as it has bold color schemes on its website, as well as over-informative, crowded websites, and therefore is providing an extremely authentic shopping experience for Chinese consumers. Now we would like to talk about the two strategies we think will help Taobao monetize its current business model.
So here comes our first strategy, which is to charge for the design layouts. As you can see on the PowerPoint, we are introducing 3 different layouts. The first one is no layout, which means the sellers will have a blank page, but they will also get the CSS access. They can create their own web page. And the second one is the standard layout. The standard layout, we will provide a basic model, and for the premium layout, we will have an upgraded version. And we will discuss the differences later on. And now you may have the first question is who are we going to charge for? So we are not going to charge for the new sellers. For the new sellers with 1 heart and 5 hearts rating, as you can see, they can freely use these 3 layouts. We are not going to charge them, but when they are gaining profits, generating revenues, and when they are having their own business model built up, and even when they become the diamond and the chrome sellers, that's when we are going to charge them. Of course, the no layouts is always free, but when they choose the premium layout and the standard layout, they will have to pay the 20 RMB per month and the 50 RMB per month. We are going to give them a 3-month trial for free to find the best suitable layouts. So let's see the differences between that two. So as you can see, here is the standard layout. It is all the things, elements are all fixed. You cannot change the element's position, location. And you can see, here is the premium one. I think the most distinctive differences you can see should be the location, the banner location. But what's more, the premium layouts also bring 2 more models and 5 times more color codes. Sellers can even add their music box to share their favorite music track to their customers. Before talking about the revenue, of course, we have to know who our target customers. There are 2 million sellers in Taobao right now, and 20% of them are diamond and chrome sellers. They are exactly our target customers. So after calculation, our projected revenue for this project is 112 million. And you can see the design operation cost is relatively low in percentage. And it also evaluates that the project will have over 90% of profit margin. Besides the high profit margin, this project also brings the benefits as it's generating a long-term cash inflow in a steady rate because it's a low risk as you only need to pay for it only requires the low investment cost. But how about other risks? Of course, we understand that some of you may have a concern if the charges will affect the sellers' incentive to open their first shops in Taobao. And we think this is a minor problem, as we are going to try and fix this problem in the beginning, in the setting process. However, because we are going to charge only for the diamond and the chrome sellers, but not for the first new sellers. That's why our team believes that the benefits of this project can outweigh the risks.
The second suggestion that we recommended is actually about an innovative one, and let me give you a brief idea about that. So Taobao's current transaction method allows Taobao's customers to deposit their money in Taobao's account first. So after a few days, they receive the item from the seller. Then Taobao will transfer the money to the merchants. This allows Taobao to hold a large amount of money, which is not possible for previous offline retailers. So the idea we come up with is that we could use this large amount of money to invest in order to generate revenues. Taobao actually has 84% of the current market share in online shopping. So this allows them to provide a solid foundation for this project to go on. And this project actually only requires minimum technical support and policy changes, which actually make it can be implemented in a relatively short period. And the third thing we want to tell you that this new investment method is different from the traditional investment in a company, because this time we are using the money of the customers to do the investment instead of the company's own capital. We divided the recommendation into 3 parts. The first part, we suggest the finance department to recruit a new team which is actually specialized in this new project. We suggest them recruit members who is highly skilled, experienced, and specialized in this finance industry. So that's why we suggest them recruit members from investment banking or other agencies. The second suggestion, in addition to the finance industry, we suggest that the IT department to launch a new program called the refund program, to use the money we earned through this program to pay back the customers. This allows the customers to save money, which encourages them to buy more products in the future. This means more cash flow in the future. The third part is accounting department. They will need to pay additional attention into the money pool in order to prevent any internal misconduct regarding of the large amount of the money. And we also want them to ensure that we have sufficient money to pay the sellers in time. Our group do identify a few risks associated with this project. The first risk we identified is the liquidity risk. That means when there is a sudden drop in the transaction, we may not be able to pay the sellers in time. In order to solve this problem, we decide that we only use 50% of our current money to do the investment. When there is sudden drop in this market, we still can cover it properly. Second thing we can do is we hold some short-term investment which can be turned into cash very soon. The second risk is the drop in customers' confidence. We believe we want to use the refund program to show that this project benefits them as well. Because if they can save money from the refund program, they can buy more products, which also means more revenue for the sellers. Our group estimates the financials about this project. According to our data and calculation, that actually Taobao has 3 billion yuan in its money pool for every day. So after doing the investment, we can earn a gross profit of 75 million yuan per year, given a 5% interest rate. After subtracting the labor cost and refund cost, we can still earn 45 million yuan revenue. And we believe this number will continue to double for every 2 years in the foreseeable future. That's why our group believes that this project can actually be beneficial and easy to implement for the company.
So we have fairly similar action plan for both the strategies recommended. For the design strategy, we have the developing the layout and marketing them during July and August 2009. And at the same time, for the finance strategy, we will recruit a finance team and start investing in July and August 2009. Soon after, in September, after the first month of the operation of both of these strategies, we will monitor the accounts for both and see if we're making any progress. As for the finance strategy, which Frank spoke about, we will start the refund program in October to early November 2009. We are open for any questions that you might have about our recommendations. Thank you.
I like the part you go through about the design, but I am uncertain about the design part. If I a seller, and what are the benefits to me to pay for the service?
Okay, first of all, we are introducing 3 layouts. Of course, if you choose the no layouts, you have to make it yourself. So these differences, the main distinctive differences between no layouts and the models we're providing is that they can save their time and cost for developing. And if you are asking about the differences between the standard one and premium one, then the most differences is that you can make it more stylish, be your shop. Then that's why you can choose the premium one. But the standard one, that's very common. You know, many shops are having that. So if you want to stand out from so many millions of shops, you can choose the premium.
So it can help me to attract more customers.
Because as I mentioned at the beginning, Chinese consumers would evaluate every alternative. So having like an advertised product displayed first would not be as effective as attracting them through a better web page, and that's why we are offering this incentive to sellers.
So only the next group can raise questions. So, actually, I'm concerned why it's because I think the diamond sellers, they've already have an advantage. They've already stand out from others. So compared with the one with hearts, I think they are more demand to stand out from others. And if every sellers with heart can use standard, no layout, or premium. So why would any of them still use no layout or standard? They will all just choose premium.
You mean for the
with heart?
Yeah.